Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone actually.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Where in the Folk. I hope everybody's had a great week.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us for some strange news with Morgana, Tully, and myself, Cecil. So I guess we'll go ahead and get straight into it, huh?
Yeah, I might have just got us banned off the face of the planet with some of the hashtags I used.
Really?
Yeah, the viewer count's holding steady at 0.
It happens.
Yeah, that's right. It's a holiday weekend. People might be busy.
And
True.
There's been a lot of updates on here too, so who knows? It's all good. It's all good. Comment if you're out there with us. No, we took last week off, but we had to take a week off. I didn't want to do anything until he was in Florida with a bunch of old folks.
That's true.
Did y'all have a good time?
It was okay. The Boeing plane was a little sketchy, but other than that, there were delays both ways. I will say there was like 50% less people in Florida this year because of the hurricane last year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places still devastated from that. It was strange to see.
Yeah. People, I don't think, realize just how long sometimes it takes to recover from stuff like that. You know, I mean, it sounds like, oh, well, it's been 4 years, 5 years, it should be more, but that stuff takes a lot of time and some things never come back.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't know. That hurricane it wasn't a hurricane, but that thing that just happened in Texas was really sad.
The flooding. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, and I do want to say, guys, there were so many people that stepped up to help down there. That did not have anything to do with it. Nothing, they just, out of the goodness of their hearts, stepped up and helped their fellow man. And that's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. And we do have a lot, like I've got some videos about that. I've intentionally made that story longer so that we could talk about some of the victims and stuff. It is absolutely tragic what happened in Texas.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But
Yes, it is.
But let's go ahead and get started with our Friday Feel Good like we always do. Morgana, do you want to take it?
I'll take it. So, guys, Afghanistan is opening up for tourism. So they have emerged, yay, I like that, as an unlikely tourism destination since the Taliban's 2021 takeover, with nearly 9,000 foreign visitors in 2024 and 3,000 in the first quarter of 2025, up from 691 in 2021. The Taliban is promoting tourism to boost the economy and improve its global image, highlighting attractions like Bandi Amir National Park's turquoise lakes, the Banyan Valley's UNESCO-listed ruins, and historic cities such as Herat and Mazar-e-Sharif. Tour operators like Untamed Borders facilitate trips focusing on safe areas and using local guides, with spring and autumn recommended for their mild weather. Visitors are drawn to Afghanistan's 5,000-year-old history and cultural richness, but must navigate a cumbersome visa process, requiring applications at embassies in places like Doha and permits from the Taliban's tourism directorate. Despite the allure, tourism faces significant hurdles.
Despite all the allure of going to Afghanistan.
Yes. Limited infrastructure means basic accommodations, scarce ATMs, and unreliable transport, forcing travelers to carry cash, Security risks, including terrorism and kidnapping, prompt strict travel warnings from Western governments, underscored by a May 2024 attack in Bamiyan that killed 3 Spanish tourists. While the Taliban claims to prioritize tourist safety, their restrictions on Afghan women, such as bans on education and access to sites, raise ethical concerns about tourism potentially glossing over human rights issues. Travelers must adhere to modest dress codes and avoid sensitive areas like border regions, but the promise of Afghanistan's unique landscape and hospitality continues to attract adventurous visitors from countries like China and Germany. Okay.
Hey, Landa. No, Cecil's identity is being protected. So he was at the zoo, and a monkey threw a banana and hit him in the side of the face so hard that it's swollen up.
Yeah, I don't want to show it to everybody and freak them out.
Cecil, I think you have a video for us in the tourism, don't you?
Yeah. I'm really stoked to go to Afghanistan.
I'm telling you, we should get a group together and make the hop from there to North Korea.
Let's see what they got to say about it here. Oh,
we don't have audio.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Welcome to Afghanistan.
£10 Robin fat.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the food looks legit.
The food does look legit.
It's pretty good, actually.
I just don't know about being covered from head to toe as a female. That's just a me thing.
Well, I mean, if you're allowed outside, that's the that's the rub.
Yeah. I mean,
the beginning of that video, though, where he's that got me tickled.
I love it. Oh goodness. So yes, get your visa. Go to Afghanistan.
Yeah, it'd be a good time for sure. I guarantee it.
Yeah, probably not tons of crowds. So while you might not have anywhere to sleep comfortably, you'd be able to get in and out of all the sites.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's a particularly mountainous area, I believe, isn't it? That would be fun. It'd be similar to home. It's just like a desert, though,
Yeah, some of Afghanistan is mountainous and cold, believe it or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Let me see what we got here. So we touched on it a little bit, but the flooding in Texas was kind of the big ticket item for this week. Why not, Landa? I don't get it. So just about a week or so ago in Central Texas, particularly the hill country region along the Guadalupe River was devastated by the catastrophic flash flooding, marking one of the deadliest inland flooding events in the United States since the 1976 Big Thompson River flood. It was triggered by a mesoscale convective vortex fed by the remnants of a tropical storm called Barry. The region saw 5 to 11 inches of rainfall in mere hours, with some areas receiving up to 20 inches, equivalent to 4 months worth of precipitation in an hour. The Guadalupe River dramatically surged. It rose 26 feet in 45 minutes and up to 33 feet in 2 hours, sweeping away homes, cabins, RVs, summer camps, particularly in Kerr County. The National Weather Service issued flood watch on July the 3rd, followed by flash flood warnings. But the unprecedented rainfall overwhelmed local preparedness, catching many residents and campers asleep during the pre-dawn hours. The human toll so far, 121 as of yesterday, confirmed fatalities, with over 173 people still missing as of July the 10th. And it's all primarily in Kerr County. but some of the stories are heartbreaking. I won't get into it because I don't want to single out people, especially like shout out names to people who are still grieving, what have you. But there was a story of, everybody's heard about the camp full of little girls that got swept away. They found 2 of the little girls. They were sisters and they were still holding hands.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's just absolutely gut wrenching. But I've never heard of this, but apparently they call that area Flash Flood Alley, kind of like Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
I've heard of stuff like that in Arizona and New Mexico. Maybe I'm just not familiar with it being a Texas thing also.
Right.
But they had past events in 1987, 1998, and 2015, underscoring vulnerability. But, the National Weather Service's warnings didn't do any good here. And I don't know whose fault it is or whether it's been blamed on anybody as far as preparedness go. If this place is called Flash Flood Alley, you would think there would be DEFCON level measures to be able to warn people, very similarly to our tornado warning system, our, I don't know, like Hawaii's missile warning systems, like that kind of thing.
The main thing I've heard as far as blame goes, of course, there's always going to be some blame, thrown around, but is that so many of the warnings went out in the middle of the night when people had already gone to bed. So, while they were sent out, it's like, I don't know if you get it, but I get Amber Alerts on my phone, and at 2 a.m., it's like a foghorn going off.
Yeah.
So, and we also have that here for hurricanes. So, I would think that, you would have something like that available in an area like that, but I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't really know much about Texas's alert system. Texas is one of those places that, they got their own grid. It's quite possible they have their own alert systems and things like that. I don't know if
sure.
alert system or not.
Yeah, I agree with you, Landa. It was so fast. And not at all to take away from Texas, but 2 days later, the same thing happened in Arizona, in a town over there. That, like I said, everything flew up in a matter of a couple of hours and started washing away parts of the town.
Right.
But evidently we're in monsoon season, and I guess I don't think about monsoon season because I'm in a hurricane area. So I just I realized that was an actual thing.
I definitely didn't realize that there was a flood alley or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that this has gotten a lot of attention of are conspiracy theorists. Because there's been a lot of people tracking the weather since everything happened in Kentucky last month, and since everything happened in North Carolina, and I think it was Kentucky again before that. And then, literally every major weather event, people have been pointing out anomalies. But for this one in particular, people have dug up, we've talked about the NOAA when we were doing our weather manipulation episode. Apparently there were, plans in the NOAA to do seeding experiments around that area. And someone else dug up actual plans to redo that area in Texas. Like think like the Project 2030 stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe we could play those videos are kind of stacked, but maybe the NOAA weather one, if you want to pull that one up, we can watch it and just talk about it.
That works. Bear with me.
The ruler of the world. Oh, I do want to say while Cecil's pulling that up, we are not going to be talking about Epstein because we are doing a Saturday night show tomorrow. We're going as long as it takes, and we're covering everything about Epstein. Like
this is my birthday present from you guys.
Yes. a happy early birthday to Morgana. Tomorrow's her birthday, and we're celebrating by going off the deep end. Not because we're on the list, Landa.
I think she meant because you're on the list.
You, I'm not the one that is having to remain suspiciously remain anonymous right now.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
It
All right,
does.
let's see.
Google and punch in NOAA, Texas weather seeding. When that page comes up, scroll down to NOAA library, click on that, and then scroll to the very bottom. And you can punch in any date you want for any location, any state where they're weather seeding. And if you punch in Central Texas, it'll show you that they've been weather seeding in that area that they just had the massive floods at Camp Mystic. They've been doing it since March, and it goes all the way through November something. So they're going to be weather seeding that area, 10,000 square mile area, 10 different counties until like mid-November. So is somebody going to be held accountable for this? And are they going to continue to weather seed after we just had a massive catastrophe? I mean, 20 inches of rain is what I heard fell, but the river rose 26 feet, and there are like over 100 people passed away and gone, and they're still looking for kids under 1 year old. Who's going to be held accountable for this? Go to NOAA, the NOAA page, NOAA Weather Seeding Texas, and scroll to the NOAA library, and you can punch in any town you want, and you can find out if they're weather seeding where you're at. This is crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Well, you remember Dubai, like they were seeding, and then they got like the foot of rain in a day. And they're like, there's no way it could be because we were cloud seeding that it rained a foot in the middle of the desert. And this reminds me of that because, of course, they're going to come out. They're going to be like, well, first and foremost, there's no such thing as weather modification. And then secondly, they're going to be like, well, yeah, we were cloud seeding, but that could have nothing to do with that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their MO. That's what they do every single time. They gaslight people with the weather manipulation is fake first. And then they're like, oh, well, cloud seeding's not weather manipulation. That's just us spraying chemicals in the sky.
And silver nitrate's not bad for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Aluminum, barium. It's good for you.
That's right. That's insane.
So that was the NOAA, and apparently that's publicly searchable. So for those listening out there on audio only, you should be able to go to NOAA's website if you're listening to it in July 2025 and check out what that gentleman was talking about. But someone else dug up the plans to redo that area in Texas. Just like fracking doesn't cause earthquakes. That's exactly true, Landa. It's the same thing. Like every time something like this happens, a complete disaster where it's a result of human hands in the pot, they're going to take you to the gaslight grill every time.
Oh,
they're going to say, come have a seat. None of it's real. And you're just taking advantage of this tragedy to talk about conspiracies.
that's exactly what they do. They do that literally. They do that literally every time that this happens.
It's their playbook. And what's interesting, how this kind of plays into what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, right on the heels of Project Mockingbird, where it was discovered that the government had their hands in every media agency in the United States so that they could parrot talking points. Right on the heels of Mockingbird ending, there was a media tycoon that kind of swooped in and had his hands on all of it. And we're going to be talking about that tomorrow as part of the Epstein stuff.
You want to watch this one?
Sure.
2050 Kerrville, where this happened. You look that up online, you will find a whole document and pages of their plan to redo this entire area on this river front. You know, we say this, you know, we want it every time there's some kind of freak accident like this, freak flood, it wipes everything out. They got to start over. You just go online and look up that area. Sure enough, you're going to find a smart city ready to be built. You know, they want to enhance everything. You know, they want to raise taxes to build all this stuff.
I think they put the music over that stuff to keep it from getting took down. The music's aggravating, but
Yeah.
a lot of times people do that so that it don't get flagged. I forget what he said the plans were, but apparently they were like in that region where it flooded. There's 50 plans.
Wow. Well, I mean, even if you know, cloud seeding and things of this nature isn't nefarious and it's in the way that they want to happen, I mean, cloud seeding does have an effect on rainfall. Like they purposely did it in Dubai, like you said, and even said they did it because it was so hot that they wanted to get rain in there. And then whenever it turns into a disaster, like, well, no, we can't even do that. You know, every single time.
Yes, and
it's nuts.
And they're doing it all over the U.S. It's not just Texas.
Oh yeah.
They have programs all across the United States. If you haven't watched our weather manipulation episode, we did like 3 or 4 hours on this. Super in depth. You can go back wherever you're watching and check out that episode because it's still as relevant as ever. Maybe in a year or two, we'll have to revisit it, but it's happening, and it's not even just stuff they're spraying in the sky anymore. There's you know, hypersonic frequencies that they're also using to manipulate the clouds. But yeah, there was another area this week that got they had so much hail. I don't know if you saw this in the news. So much hail that it looked like snow on the ground.
Nice.
And,
Wow.
and that also seemed to me like it was clouds, a part of a cloud seeding operation. But I guess if you want to pull that one up for later, Cecil, it's the one that says snow in the summer, but we can hit another, because this goes straight into the sort of the same thing. The head of the EPA this week, yesterday, launched an investigation into contrails and geoengineering after decades. And I just got the feeling that's
contrails aren't real.
Right.
No.
Nothing's real. And that's you know, I'm really, really, really skeptical after what they've done with the whole Epstein thing and just gaslit everybody on that. I don't
want to get into it, but that's so crazy. You guys got to tune in tomorrow because they went from, oh yeah, we're going to release the client list to there's never any client list. That's the one.
Yeah,
It's sitting on my desk right now.
The footage was lost, and here's the footage. But yeah, I think this is going to be the same thing. I think so he announced the launch of a new online resource aimed at addressing public concerns about chemtrails and geoengineering, emphasizing transparency in response to long-standing questions. Now, this really, and funny enough, it doesn't mention silver iodide. They do mention sulfur dioxide, which, you know, is the least of our concerns, I think, as folks who look into this kind of thing. But here's what I think. It's going to be the same playbook. They're going to say, oh, we looked into it and there's just nothing. Yeah. You know, ignore the lines in the sky that keep getting worse and worse and worse.
Are we still talking about that?
Yeah. Why are we still talking about the Texas flood? That was last week.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like with Lahana. I saw a video of that crazy sheriff from the Las Vegas shootings that's in Lahana now. He wants to use part of Lahana to build a memorial, like where people's land is. Like it's insane.
I'm all for memorials and things, but give them their land back.
Yes,
give them some money to build. You know what I mean?
There's people still homeless from that.
Yeah, exactly.
People still homeless in North Carolina.
Yes, and that's the thing. You know, I mean, okay, you know, we go really hard not to go political, and I'm brushing against that right now. But there are so many important things out there that need to be done every day, you know, that to me should take priority, like making sure people have a roof over their heads and food in their stomachs being the main one. You know, we are supposed to be the richest country in the world. We should not have people going hungry. You know, that's
Nope.
just an opinion.
I completely agree.
Well, it's hard to feed everybody and take care of everybody in this country when we do it, you know, in other countries too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I was going to say is like every time we send money somewhere else in the tune of billions. Now, I'm not completely against helping people, but when you're sending that kind of cash to first world countries, that's where I kind of have a problem with it. Is like that it's not a destitute country that you're trying to stand up.
What really pisses me off about it is almost every time that there's some kind of thing like this that happens, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to write this bill up and give the people of this area $600 each. And in that same bill, or a bill that's coming directly after it, but we're going to send $20 billion to this other country.
Yeah,
that
and you know,
more anything.
I need to ask because I did not have a chance to actually research this, but apparently to receive the aid that they're drawing up in Texas, you have to make a pledge for Israel.
No.
And let me hang on. Let me see where that's coming from.
I don't think they can do that and that not be protests everywhere. I don't think that's real. I haven't looked into it, but I really hope that's not real.
Well, it stems from I guess Texas was trying to pass a law where it was illegal to boycott that country. And as a result of that bill, that gets tied to things like disaster relief.
Yeah.
And that's where that's stemming from. But I don't know if it's taken effect yet.
That would be crazy.
And one thing that is real, is there's a senator in Texas that I think is proposing like something stupid like 25 billion or 2.5 billion. It's something like that in money to go over there as we speak, like when his own state is in peril.
Well, what Ted Cruz went to flipping Cancun when they got that big ice storm that threw out their infrastructure a few years ago.
Well, I mean, they gotta take vacations when they know something's coming.
Okay. All right. Your people are freezing to death. Sure, let's go to Cancun. Nobody will mind. But and that's my thing. You know, I do agree. You know, you have to take care of what's at home first. But by the same token, it costs you and me as taxpayers approximately $60 each per year to cover every person that's currently on Medicaid and every person that's on food assistance. But as a taxpayer, we put about $1,000 to corporate welfare. And I think that is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So that wasn't completely false. It's based in truth. So it's that stems from a 2017 incident in Dickinson, Texas during Hurricane Harvey recovery. At that time, Dickinson required applicants for relief funds to sign a pledge not to boycott Israel, based on Texas House Bill 89, which prohibits state contracts with companies boycotting Israel. So yeah, it's not completely based in lies. It's just people speculating at this point, I think, because obviously the relief money ain't there yet.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
I get that they want us to support another country or whatever and what have you, but this is our country. That's our money that we've paid in. we shouldn't have to do anything like that to help our people. That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like we always talk about who's giving us money? Like whoever gives us any money for our people, you know, like what countries right now are coming forward to be like, we're giving money to the people in Texas. Like if it was truly a reciprocal relationship, you would have all of our allies being like, we're pledging billions to help Texas.
Well, I mean, sometimes they'll light up a building or something in red, white, and blue, depending on how tragic it is.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But just like anything else, you know, and like I said, I don't disagree with any of that. You had people walking across the border from Mexico, just regular everyday Joes helping.
Yeah.
And that's the people, you know, that catch all the crap. You know, people that are just like us, you know, all they want to do is live in peace and just have a life. And knowing that by walking across that border, they could have been picked up, arrested, or anything else, they still helped. You know, those are the kind of people I want to be around.
Anybody that did that should be like accelerated in the approval process, like
exactly
straight to the top.
Yep. And you know, there were actually two young girls. One was 19 and one was 20 that went back to the camp and rescued, I think it was like 21 little girls.
That's
and
awesome.
They had already gotten away and went back and did it. So yeah, it's amazing.
So we're gonna keep descending into madness, I feel, in this episode. Because
I'll be right back.
Okay. The next story ain't no better. So it came out this week that the FBI is using polygraphs to test officials' loyalty.
Oh yeah, that one really pissed me off.
Do you want to hit that one?
Sure. And like I said, and this is just, you know, one of those things, because to me, I shouldn't have to prove my loyalty to you if I can do my job.
Doesn't that feel like China or
like,
something?
Or like 1943 Germany.
That's like a descent into paranoia when you have to start
pledging loyalty.
Well, yeah, I mean, being like polygraphed to see if you're lying about your loyalties.
Right.
But also the director is talking about stepping down over all of the stuff that's going on, which we'll talk about more tomorrow.
The FBI, under its current director, has ramped up the use of a polygraph test to gauge the loyalty of its officials, a move that has stirred some controversy. Typically, polygraphs are used to screen for national security risks like espionage and mishandling classified information, which is perfectly fine. And it measures psychological responses, heart rate, breathing, sweat, while subjects answer yes and no questions. The process takes 2 to 4 hours. It includes a pre-test phase to review questions, an in-test phase with the actual question, and a post-test phase to discuss results. Recently, the FBI has been using these tests to probe not just for leaks of sensitive information, but also to check if employees have spoken negatively about the director or leadership decisions. This shift has raised eyebrows among former agents who argue it's less about security and more about enforcing personal loyalty, which they see as a misuse of the tool. They point out that loyalty should be to the Constitution, not individual leaders. So critics, including the ex-FBI officials, say this approach creates a climate of fear where dissent could cost someone their job. For example, senior agents have reportedly been pushed out or demoted, sometimes without clear explanations, after their polygraph sessions. One case involved an agent asked to take a polygraph over a personal connection to a former colleague, leading to their resignation before the test. The FBI defends the practice, saying it's part of a broader effort to plug internal leaks that can harm operations. However, polygraphs are not foolproof. Studies like a 2003 National Academy of Sciences report show they're only about 85% accurate and can produce false positives, especially when used to for vague loyalty checks rather than specific incidents. Some argue the tests are more about intimidation than truth, as they can pressure people into confessions or compliance. The director's focus on leaks reflects a heightened sensitivity to public image, but the tactic risks alienating experienced staff and undermining morale, according to insiders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
So who is this? Like the actual politicians or just people that work for them?
Just people in the FBI.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Which
I
brings
would
up a good
love to see our
counterpoint.
politicians on a lie detector. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, and the reality is some people do not test well. I mean, some people, if you say test, even, like when you're in school, they're going to freak out.
Well, I just mean like a polygraph of our politicians to just say, is your number one priority the United States of America? Just
Yes.
answer yes or no to that one question and go down the
Yes.
line as your first cut of who needs to get out. Like,
That's right.
They'll say
That's
my
it.
number one priority is God, but they don't say that God is gun, oil, and drugs.
yes,
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
yes.
And, our separation of church and state are getting a little bit narrower.
Well, the fact
And-
that religious entities are tax free tells you that there's no separation in church and state.
No, absolutely not. Because, I mean, personally, I think that could help you a lot with the deficit if you started having churches pay taxes.
Yeah.
But then again, I'd be happy if they just made, billionaires pay their fair share. Not
Yeah.
more, just a fair amount.
Well, that's how that goes with PACs, Landa. Like lobbies, we can be loyal to any company for the right price.
That's right. And we're currently at $3 million a piece. We're going to throw Landa into this mix. So
yeah.
$12 million.
Yeah. So I think there's one more story that I had in the I put in the headline today that we have talked about, maybe two, but the cyborg bees,
Ooh.
Yeah.
drone bees that have probably existed for 50 years, but researchers at the Beijing Institute of Technology have created a groundbreaking 74 milligram brain controller. Oh, never mind. This is different than drones. They're putting brain chips into actual bees here.
Oh, so cyborg bees.
Yes, a true cyborg bees. And it's the lightest brain controller of its time to transform bees into cyborgs capable of precise flight control. So basically they could slap one of these in a bee, sting somebody who's allergic, and there would be no evidence of like a drone because it's just a bee with a chip implanted in its brain.
Is this not an episode of the new X-Files seasons that came out?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Um,
had the mechanical hives or whatever, and the mechanical bees or the bees with mechanical chips, and they went around killing them.
Yep. Well, there was a Black Mirror one where the bees were actually drones, and they were drone swarming people with them. But I do think there was an X-Files where they were biological. But they're saying that once they implant this chip, they can carry heavier loads and fly up to 5 kilometers without rest, making them ideal tasks for things like military scouting, covert surveillance, search and rescue missions, or locating survivors in earthquake rubble. So they've probably already been doing it. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, if they're telling us about it, if they're telling us about it, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
We'll pray for bees to pollinate your pumpkin.
But not pollinate you.
And,
Yes.
and everybody thinks I've been crazy for the last few years saying birds are fake, but I mean,
Yeah.
They're getting there. We're getting there.
we're getting there.
And, but see, you say that, send a bee and sting somebody who's allergic. You get them on those like killer hornets, and it could sting people that aren't allergic and cause hospitalization or death.
Well, we talked to Scott about this a long time ago, and he said he went to a CIA function. This was live, so I'm guessing I'm okay to talk about this. He went to a CIA function 25, 30 years ago, and they had little bitty robotic insects on display. 25, 30 years ago. This was before iPhone was around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where do you think they went with that now? Of course, they have little biomechanisms with mechanical brains. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you crushed the biological bee, you get rid of any evidence anyway.
Yeah, the microchip's so small that it'd be impossible to see in that little mess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to wrap things up, there was if you want to pull this video up, Cecil, there was a pyramid spotted in the sky this week.
Crazy.
So there is the video that was circulating in articles and everything about a pyramid-shaped object in the clouds in a town called Pintrick, in the UK. According to eyewitnesses, a large pyramid-like structure was observed hovering near a military area. Surprise, surprise. Accompanied by smaller spherical objects that appeared to emerge from it, according to witnesses, described as acting like a drone scanning the area. The sighting prompted military response with reports of 20 aircraft, helicopters, planes deployed in the vicinity shortly after it appeared.
Where did you say?
It's the video's actually in the article.
Yeah, it's in Georgia. I'm sorry, Mississippi.
Oh, well, maybe I got the wrong article then. Well,
yeah, the one I've been seeing all week was the one in Mississippi. There's multiple angles of it. It's wild.
Play that.
Yeah. And the video you got's from Mississippi too.
Okay. We'll have to see if we can find a video of the other one too.
This ain't even the best video I've seen of this.
They zoom in on it, I think.
There's one where somebody's like,
How did I miss this? I work in that area.
he wasn't looking up.
And I'm going to tell you, there have been some crazy, crazy cloud formations this week.
This one right here in particular, like this dark side you see is still the pyramid. Like the sun's sitting right in the front and then right back here.
Yeah, I could have swore maybe try to find a zoomed in picture or something on the internet.
Okay.
Because I could have swore they zoomed in on that one. Maybe I saved the wrong video. But yeah, it definitely had people talking this week. It was Wolfman. It was a crazy looking cloud, and if Cecil can get a close enough picture of it, there is a dark side of it that is still the pyramid. Like it looks like dead on.
I'm trying to see the first one that I seen because it was like spot on. These all seem to be from the same angle. When that first came out the other day, you had like 20, 30 different angles. This is fuck.
Hey, what's up, Pixie? Welcome. And by the way, for those of you who may have not have been here in the beginning, tomorrow we're doing we did not talk about Epstein today because tomorrow we are doing the Epstein conspiracy. It's going to be at 8 Eastern and we're going to go wild. We've got a ton of research. We've done tons of research. We've got tons of videos, eyewitness accounts, you name it. So if you're interested in that sort of thing and you want to know what's really going on or form your own opinions, come hang out with us at 8 tomorrow.
I'm not finding a better video. I did find one that's a little zoomed in, but you can't tell much. They have taken most of the videos down, and it's just that one video from that distance, and then you got one that's obviously fake. So,
was there any news articles out on Google? Like, if you just go to like put Pyramid, Mississippi, and go to the images.
I misspelled Mississippi. And my crooked letter.
Crooked letter.
No, I was just talking about mounds and Memphis Pyramid for some reason.
Crazy. Well, I guess if you have TikTok or something like that, if you just put in like Mississippi Pyramid you can actually zoom in on your phone and see what we're talking about the dark side of the pyramid cloud. Totally a pyramid.
Yeah. What really upsets me is the other day when I first seen this, I guess it was 2 or 3 days ago, there was literally like 12 different angles.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's just this one angle.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I saved quite a few videos for our conspiracy free-for-all shows. And I was looking today, and I would say out of 20 videos saved, there may be like 12 left that haven't been taken down.
This one looks fake, so I'm not even gonna play it. It don't look nothing like it did. Bummer.
Yeah, totally. Join us tomorrow. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
It'll be a good show. It's going to be a lengthy show. We think so too, Wolfman, and we'll speculate on some of that. But it's going to be, we've put a ton of research in, so we've got a lot for you.
Hey, and we do take live call-ins tomorrow night.
Do
Yes.
we?
Are we? My bad.
No, we
Scratch
will.
that.
We will. Yeah, we'll take some
Well,
long
Pixie said that she had stuff to say, so
We'll take
Oh yeah,
some
yeah. We've got the number if you want to call in. And if you are out there listening and you don't already follow us, give us a follow. If you're on Rumble, if you're on BitChute, go follow us on Rumble so that you can chat and talk trash in real time. What else? Weird Awakenings.
Yeah, what's happening on Weird Awakenings and that?
AI.
Hey,
We're talking AI.
The power of AI.
hey,
Or the scares, frightening aspects,
Yeah.
all the stuff.
Okay. That's going to be in 12 minutes on the Weird Realities Network. You can go on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
Tweeter.
I think Morgana's got it up on Kick.
Yes, I do have it on Kick.
I thought we got banned on Kick on here, but it just wanted us to log in again. So we're still good for now.
Cool.
Yeah. Now the only thing I'm not doing because I tried it the one time was Instagram, and it's kind of like Rumble. You have to go in, you have to start it after you start the actual live, and then at an hour it cuts off.
Oh yeah. I remember that. I didn't know what happened. I thought we got banned or something on there.
Nope. It immediately stops you at 1 hour. So I said, screw it. We don't need it.
Cool. Yeah. So tune in here tomorrow at 8 p.m. For Eastern time for the Epstein trash that's going on, and go over there and watch Weird Awakenings and like and follow. And thank you for watching us, because we are watching you.
Peace. Thanks, everybody.